few seconds. I wasn't sure if anyone would be joining me today as the weather is so beautiful. It's definitely barbecue tackle today. So you've obviously got very good willpower, very dedicated. Okay, so if you are joining me for the first time and you're brand new to Pilates, just remember to keep the levels nice and low until you've got used to holding your abdominals in and also breathing and also learning your new exercises. So it's always better to do a lower level really well than to push yourself a bit too far and not be able to do the exercises properly. So just always keep that in mind. So we are going to start off on our feet today. And we're going to set the posture up. So we're starting by placing our feet hip width apart, nice slight bend at the knees, and we're standing nice and tall with our shoulders back and down. We're just going to gently squeeze the stomach muscles, so we've got a slight activation and tension of the abdominal muscles, but not so much that we can't maintain during our exercises, so that's what we're looking for throughout the session. And we're also looking to breathe really nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So that's going to help us use our lungs efficiently and also control our speed, remembering that the slower we go, the better with our exercises. So we're going to move into some mobility. We're just going to breathe normally for now. We're going to lift our heels off the floor and then roll back onto the heels. So we're just gently rocking forward and back, keeping the knees slightly bent. Good, so just getting some mobility into the ankles and the knees. You'll feel the calf muscles starting to warm up as well. Excellent, just going to do a couple more of those. And then we're just placing the feet flat on the floor, evenly distributing the weight across the feet again. We're going to move on to some knee and hip mobility. So we're going to take a breath in, and then on the out breath, we're raising one foot. Bringing the foot down to the floor as we inhale and then exhale. So I don't know if you can tell from there, but my foot isn't quite touching the floor. I'm maintaining my balance on my left leg. So if you struggle with balance, do feel free to use the nearest wall to you for a bit of support, or you can bring the foot to the floor and just do some heel raises, keeping your toes in contact with the floor. For any of you that want to challenge your balance more, you can add the arms. So as the knee floats up, the arms come down. As the arms float up, the knee goes down. So breathing out and breathing in. Okay, we're going to do one last one on that side, and then we're going to switch over. We exhale and we inhale. So again, it's really good to help challenge your balance. And if you're struggling with that balance, just relax your arms by your side. And if that's still a struggle, use the wall for support, or just do some heel raises. Okay, one last one, and take the foot back down under the hip. So we're going to do some side bends now. We're taking a breath in, and then as we breathe out, we're sliding the hand down towards the knee, inhaling to centre, exhaling to the other side, and inhale. So we're keeping that movement side to side, Try not to lean forward or back. Okay, we're going one more to each side. Relaxing in the centre. We're going to take a breath in, then as we breathe out, circling the shoulders forward and up, inhaling back and down. Change direction, so we exhale as we circle back and up, inhale forward and down. Excellent, well done. So we're going to relax your arms by your sides. So we're going to move into the main session now. We're going to start off with the push-up. So we're placing the feet hip width apart. They should still be hip width apart from the warm-up. So as usual, I'll do the least intense option first, and then I'll do the more advanced option for any of you that are ready for that this evening. So relaxing our arms by our sides, we take a brief breath in, and then on the out breath, we're just tucking the chin into the chest. And we're slowly rolling down through the spine. So we bring the knees to the floor as we feel the stretch into the hamstrings. We walk the hands wide, just take them off the mat, and then we breathe in, we slowly lower the chest to elbow depth. We breathe out, we slowly push the floor away from us, and then we walk the hands back to the knees, and then we pick the knees up, tuck the chin in, slowly roll up through the spine. And then we're moving to the next one. Big breath in. Then on the out breath, we're slowly tucking the chin in. Just let the arms flop. We walk those hands forward. So for the more intense option, you'll keep your knees off the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knees. Walk the hands back. Slowly tuck the chin in. And we roll back up. Flowing straight into the next. Big breath in at the top. Breathe out. Tuck the chin in. To advance it from there, and you can do these even if you're on the knees actually, so you could do 3 or 5 push-ups. Just remember to maintain a really slow tempo for the push-up. So we're working slowly to fire up those muscles, and we walk our hands back. So we're halfway there, we've done 3, and we're going to repeat another 3. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bend the knees, walk the hands back. So keep that going for me, and I'm just going to show you side on the alternatives for the knees. So as we roll down, we tuck the chin in first, and we make sure we're rolling through the spine rather than coming down through the hips and the knees. So if you're taking the knee option, just bring my knees back a bit. If your hands are quite close to the knees and you're in like a box position, then this will be less intense than walking the hands forward. So you're coming into like a 3/4 push-up. So you're in between the box and the version on the toes. So that's your intermediate option. Okay, so we're going to do, when you're ready, one last push up. So again, when you do your push up, you can do just one push up, you can do 3 push ups, or you can do 5. One more. And then we're just going to sit back over our heels once we've done that last one. Okay, well done. We're going to bring ourselves to seated position now. So we're going to do the seated spine twist. So we're bringing ourselves into a cross-leg position, or you can have your feet flat on the floor. We're bringing our hands together, we're taking a breath in, and then on the out breath, we're slowly twisting round to one side. We inhale, we return to centre, and then we exhale to the other side. So remember to keep any tension out of your shoulders, keep that nice big space between your shoulders and your ears. If you're competent with this one, we've done this one a few times together now, so you can, if you prefer, have the arms in the crossed position, or you can take your arms out wide, keeping them at shoulder height and keeping them in the same position relative to the torso, making sure that you're not kind of swinging your arms individually. We keep our sit bones on the floor, so it should feel quite nice. So we keep good tall posture. So remember, either of these positions, if they are preferable for you. Excellent, well done. We're going to do a couple more. And then we relax in the centre. So I'm just going to turn my mat round. We're going to combine a couple of moves together now. So we're going to do the roll up with the oblique roll. So I always say this in my classes, if you have any issues with your spine where twisting is a problem for you during this exercise, then just do the roll up where you roll down and back up again. So it's a slightly different twist to what we've just been doing in the spine twist. It is more intense. So I'll go for the level that most people do in classes, and then I'll adapt it for any of you that need to make any changes. Okay, so we sit up tall, we bring our arms forward, we inhale, we tilt the pelvis, we curve, so we're flexing through the spine, and then we breathe out, we continue to go down towards the mat. We then inhale, we change direction, and we exhale as we come up to sitting position. So that's move number 1. Move number 2 is to then fold the arms. We inhale, we tilt, we curve, we roll down. That's phase 1 of the movement. Then as we breathe out, we carry on going towards the ground, but we also rotate. Then we inhale, we come up to centre, and then we exhale as we sit tall. Then we do another roll up in the centre. And then we do our oblique roll to the other side. So we're alternating from side to side. So you're getting a really good challenge for your midsection of abdominals, but also your oblique muscles as well. So although we might not be hitting the beach this summer, not abroad anyway, we still want to make sure that we keep our waist as small as possible, which has been a challenge in the last few weeks, hasn't it? Well, it has for me anyway. So we are alternated. So if any of you, like I say, are struggling with the twists, the rotation, it's a no-no for you, then you can either just do the roll in the centre, so you'll just continue to roll down and roll back up, and then do another one. Bringing it right back to basics is to bring your hands to the backs of your thighs, breathe in, tilt, curve, roll, and then exhale as you come back up to sitting position. So again, we inhale, tilt, curve, roll down, and exhale up. So that's if you need to bring it right back to basics. So I would stress to do the level that you're confident that you can do well, that's challenging, but you're able to do it with good technique. You can have your legs flat on the floor. If your hip flexors are really tight, then that will just take that tension out of the hip flexors if they're no longer assisting you with the movement. Also, a thing to bear in mind is if you're not moving very far, because you need to keep the exercise more simple, less challenging, then the rotation will only be slight. So try not to kind of twist severely into the spine. It is just a very gradual, so as you lower, you gradually rotate, taking that shoulder down towards the floor. Okay, so I'm not going to do too many more here. What I would recommend is you either do one or two more. So if you're back on the side you started on, then do another one after that. If you're on the side that you did secondly, then just finish off with that one. We just want to do the same amount on each side, so the workout is balanced and equal. So if any of you are still finishing off there, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll move on to the next exercise and you can just have a little look while you're doing that one. So we're going to do, I don't think I've done this one in the live classes online. We're going to do some rolling back. So this is really great for the lumbar spine in terms of mobility. Or I might have done, I don't know, I can't think. So for level one, we have our hands either side of our hips. We're sitting up tall. As we inhale, we tilt the pelvis, so we've just been doing that. So we want that curve into the spine, because as we roll back, we want to make sure that we're not hitting the floor with a flat back. So your hands are there to push you up, give you a little nudge up if you need it. Level two, hands either at the backs of the thighs or on your shins. You inhale, tilt, curve, roll back, and exhale up. So it's the same, but your hands free, because you're confident that you can get yourself back up all right. Level three, we continue to work the stomach muscles, and we do that by having the hands on the shins. We inhale, we tilt, we curve, we roll back. Now, as we come up, we use the stomach muscles to stop the feet touching the floor. So as you can see by how my legs were shaking a little bit there, okay, that's from the challenge. I'll show you so that you can see my feet, so that I'm not cheating. So again, just do the one that feels right for you. If any of you are struggling with that and you really can't manage to do that, you can come up on to the hands and knees and do a cat stretch. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, we slowly roll up through the spine, tucking the chin in. We breathe in, and then we breathe out as we release. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly roll up, breathe in, and breathe out. So that's an alternative option for any of you if you need it. And one more. Okay, so we're going to have a lie down on our backs now, and we're going to do the scissors. Just move this back a bit. Okay, so this exercise is to strengthen the abdominals and the back. So when we're lying on our back, unless I say any differently, we just need to make sure we have a little space. You can just about get your hand between your lower back and your mat, rather than having a huge space where you can wiggle your hand around a lot. So for level 1, we take a breath in, and then on the out breath we raise one knee. You breathe in to begin with, and then on the out breath slowly lower your heel towards the floor, and then inhale, bring your knee back above the hip. So the heel doesn't quite touch the floor, and you'll continue with that until I ask you to change legs. Level 2, we raise second leg as well, and we just need to be very aware of that lower back. It does have a tendency to arch when we lift both legs, so just pull those stomach muscles in to stop that from happening. If that's not stopping it, then just come back to level 1. Level 3, from knees above hips, we take a breath in, and then on the out breath, we move both of our legs but in opposite directions, and then we inhale as we switch. And then level 4, we have our head, shoulders, arms off the floor. Good, so again, just I'm not nagging about it, but I just want you to get the best from your session, especially as I can't see what you're doing, but just make sure you're doing what you can do with good technique, good control, while being challenged. Just going to grab some water. It's nearly Prosecco o'clock. It is my birthday today. It's been hard holding off till now, especially with the weather being so nice. It is water, I promise, it's not gin. If you're on level 1 and you haven't changed legs yet, then you can change legs, 2s, 3s and 4s. Keep going as you are or you were. It's fine to stop these exercises anytime that you need to. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more. And then when you feel like you need to have a little stop and a rest, bring your feet down, straighten your legs, take your arms overhead, have a good full body stretch. Okay, so it's my favourite up next. We're going to do the shoulder bridge. So bringing the heels in, nice and close. Neutral spine to begin with, but we don't maintain that during this exercise. So shoulders on the floor, shoulder blades down. We take a breath in, we tilt the pelvis, we push the lower back into the floor, and then we breathe out as we come up onto our shoulder blades, and then we inhale, slowly release down, exhale back into neutral spine. Inhale and exhale as we come up. Inhale and exhale as we release. So your progression option is to inhale and exhale into bridge. Inhale as you take your arms overhead. Exhale as you bring your hands back to the floor. And then inhale and exhale as you slowly release. Then if you want to progress a little from there, you can inhale and exhale into the bridge. Keep your arms as relaxed as possible, then your arms aren't supporting your body weight here. You breathe in, lift one foot off the floor, breathe out, extend the leg, breathe in, flex the knee again, breathe out. Now you can either come down out of the bridge and then back up again and switch onto the other leg, or you can keep the hips up and keep switching legs. So I'll show you again from the beginning. So we inhale and exhale. Then we inhale, lift foot off the floor, exhale, inhale and exhale. So you could then either come back down out of the bridge or inhale, keep switching, making sure that your bum isn't dropping down towards the floor. So as soon as you feel as if you're starting to drop down, then I would bring it back down to the previous level. To do a couple more. And then once you've done those last couple, you can bring your knees in towards you, take your lower back release. Okay, so we're going to have a change of position now. Let's have another drink of water. Particularly hot one today, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to come down to the swan dive now. So we're bringing our arms wide, elbows in line with shoulders. Never tend to miss this one out either of a session. It's really important to get the isolation of the back muscles there for our posture. So we're tucking the chin in, we take a breath in, and then as we breathe out, we lift the head, shoulders, top of the chest, and then we inhale as we slowly release down. We exhale, so we keep the lower half of the body relaxed. Make sure you're not squeezing your bum or lifting your toes off the floor. Exhale and inhale. So the progression is for your arms to lift from the floor, and then progression from there is to stretch your arms overhead, just shuffle back this way, and then you can see. Apologies, it's in portrait mode. Whenever I put it to landscape, it flips the video so it's not the right way, which must be a pain for you to follow. So yeah, make sure that you're not squeezing your bum and lifting your legs off the floor. So just keep that lovely relaxed lower half of the body. Keep pulling the tummy muscles in. And keep your chin tucked in. Okay, we're going to do one more there. And then we're going to sit back over the heels and just let your arms rest next to your legs. I've no idea what time it is. What time is it? Oh wow, how did that get to that time? That went super quick. Okay, so we're going to go from here and we're just going to bring ourselves slowly up onto the feet. We're going to roll up through the spine, bringing the head up last. There we go. So thank you very much for joining me this evening. I know it's a glorious evening, so it's hard to tear yourself away from the garden perhaps, but I do appreciate you coming along. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, I might be a bit poorly tomorrow. 1 o'clock for legs, bums and tums. Hubby's made me some toffee vodka, so that's not going to end well, I don't think. Enjoy your rest of your lovely sunny evening, and I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow. Take care.